Welcome to Basketball Heads Live. I am your host, Glenn Poole Harding. No boy. Tonight, we have a very special guest. This basketball head is an all-city performer from Paul Robeson High School. Yes, we have another Paul Robeson High School great. And PSAL Player of the Year. He averaged 23 points a clip. Man, he was doing a lot of work. I remember this kid. After Robeson, he prepped the year at Winchendon Academy in Massachusetts. He put himself in a position to receive a scholarship from Villanova University, which he only stayed a year before transferring to Miami University, where he became an All-ACC performer. At Miami, he scored 1,185 points with 35 straight three-point buckets, tying him with Duke legend J.J. Redick, you know, the NBA star. Once he was done at Miami, he played overseas from 2010 to the present day. So, without further ado, help me welcome my special guest, Paul Robeson and Miami University great, Malcom Grant.
Y'all ready? Yes. You have just stepped out into the world of chaos. Where everybody goes hard. Come on. Go hard. Get online, buy your tickets, cause the game about to start.
I was very excited to come do the show tonight. Had a long weekend. I'll shout out some people who I was with today.
Okay.
Very special day. But I was looking forward to you, young man, because I've watched you come up from the sideline. Right?
I appreciate that.
You play for one of the guys who I watched come up and play.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm going to give big salutes to him, man. All due respect to
Yes,
my
sir.
guy, Todd Myles.
Yes, sir.
Facts, man. So, how's everything with you?
Everything good, man. Grinding, staying out the way. You know what I mean? How's everything with you? Happy New Year's and all that.
Same to you, my brother. Same to you, man. Listen, brother. I feel blessed and highly favored, man. I get to kick it with you tonight, so I'm good.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate the love.
Nah, for sure. And I'm always dogging the name. How do you pronounce that prep school?
Winchendon.
All right, so I didn't dog it. Cool.
Nah, you ain't dog it. You
All
ain't
right,
dog it.
Cool. Now, how far is that from NCI?
I'm not even sure. It was so long ago, I can't even remember. You know, I try not even think about that time. That was a real different adjustment for me, man. Real tough time for me at prep school.
We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that because I love to hear about the transitions from different stages of life because we all have to go through them, and the young guys need to know that.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Different transitions, and you got to start over again after being top dog. You got to
Exactly.
start over again.
Absolutely.
You know?
And it's definitely an adjustment, man. But that's what life is about.
That's right, man. I remember having Terrence Lynch on here, and he was just like, "Man, Pooh, listen, I come from New York being Player of the Year. I go down to Texas, become the #1 scorer in Texas University history, and get to the NBA, got to start all over again."
It's crazy. It's crazy, man. But that, like you said, that's a part of the journey, man. It's how it's how you react to it, and you go from there.
Facts. Well, listen, brother. I know a lot of people just as you know a lot of people. And when I put that first picture up, they were showing you so much love, man.
I appreciate all the love.
I felt the love, man. I was just like, yo, this is what I'm talking about right here. This is the appreciation we show to our ball players. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate the love, man. And it's mutual with me. You know what I'm saying? I try to spread as much love as possible. And, everybody that showed love, I appreciate that for real.
No doubt, man. So I want to jump right into this, man. Who introduced you to the game?
I would have to say my family, but you know, ever since I could remember, I started playing basketball when I was 4 years old, and I remember just having this peach ball. I don't know why the color was peach, but it was a peach ball, and I just remember dribbling around the house all the time, all the time. I lived in Ebbsfield, and you know, that's how I created my imagination. I was the youngest of three, and you know, all of my brothers, they were older, so you know, they wasn't gonna play with me in the house, so I had to use my imagination. And my middle brother, LeVar Grant, what I used to do is I would watch his tapes, and as I'm watching his tapes, I would emulate what he was doing because my father had the what you call them things, the Fisher Price hoops.
Right.
So I had the hoop on the other side of the living room, and the TV was on this side. So whatever he did on the tape, I would do it, and that's how I learned how to play against a zone. I would throw the ball against the wall that was like my teammates. So you know what I mean. That's how I created my imagination.
Listen, the power of the imagination.
It's crazy.
Kids right now, you ask them to use their mind to imagine something, and they think it's a joke. They don't know how powerful the mind
very powerful,
is.
very powerful, very powerful. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And like I said, that definitely helped me. I could remember that like yesterday, just emulate. I wanted to be like my brother so bad, you know what I'm saying? And how he dribbled, I tried to emulate that. And Kenny Anderson as well. Kenny was like Jesus in the house. I used to get the part in the middle of my head. I had the Georgia Tech tapes. When he was playing for the Nets, my father got me a red shirt with the 7 on it. And that's who I was. I was Kenny Anderson. I was Stephon. I was Allen Iverson. I was everybody.
Steph had the part in his middle.
Steph thought he was Kenny. Steph thought he was Kenny. Sham thought he was Kenny. Everybody thought they was Kenny. You know, Kenny is that's immortal right there.
And Kenny was watching Pearl.
I heard Pearl was a bad boy.
Man, like let me tell you something. I don't care how many times I post Pearl. It never gets old. Kenny be the first one to post. It's usually the first person to post when I post a Pearl. Yes. Because what Kenny was to y'all, Pearl was to him.
I heard he was special.
Man, let me tell you something, bro. We were just me and my guy Neil was talking today. He was like, yo, Brownsville, we called the Smurf. I was like, I never knew that. I know him as Pac-Man.
Right.
He used to gobble up so many points.
Right.
But he played forward on defense, but point guard on offense.
Now, is this the same Pearl that everybody brag about him breaking the press? That's the same Pearl we're talking about? Okay, yeah.
Same Pearl Washington.
I saw that clip. That was crazy.
And listen, you speak to God. God, listen, I'm not stupid. I'm not guarding Pearl full court. I had Gene Smith on here from Georgetown. Right? Now, he's a DC guy, but I wanted to talk to him because when I was a youngster, I remember Dean Smith shutting down everybody. And he said, playing against Pearl was the inspiration to him playing basketball on a high level.
Wow.
Yes, he said, and he's respect New York City basketball because of that. I said, brother, we got to come on the show and talk about it.
Absolutely.
And because I knew him as a shutdown defender, you know, I was one of those defensive guys as well.
Right.
But to know that I watched Pearl give it to him, shake him to the ground. Like,
right.
And he said it like, yo, you saw what he did. Like, this is how amazing this guy was.
Right.
So
that's big time, man. Shout out to the legend.
For sure. But tonight is your night, King.
Thank you.
Did
I appreciate it.
Things too.
Thank you. I'm really honored to be on the show. I'm happy and thankful that you allow me to be on your platform and share my story. And I was looking forward to it all day, man, for real.
That's love, brother. I appreciate
always.
That. So at what age were you at the time when your brother was inspiring? What age were you around?
At this time I'm around, I want to say 7, 8, like around 7, 8. And like I said, I've been a student of the game since the beginning of time, since I've been playing basketball, and I've watched everybody. Like I said, my brother Stephon, my brother actually played against Stephon in high school. He went to New Utrecht, so they played against Lincoln. Gotcha. I had tapes of Stephon. I watched Allen Iverson. I watched Shaheem when he was at Seton Hall. But the real inspiration and the reason I play where I play today, I saw a dude by the name of Ed Booger Smith play.
Hold on,
And
fam. Let's make some noise for my guy, my brother, Ed Booger Smith. For sure.
Listen, when I saw him front row at Kingston Park, I told my father, I said, this is what I want to do, and I want to play like him. What he was doing was amazing. He was the first person I saw packing parks out.
Facts.
You know, at Kingston Park, people was hanging on the gates. And I'm like, yo, who is this dude? And I'm seeing him rap people in the air, all kind of stuff. And I was like, yo, that's who I want to be like. And I tell him every time I see him, thank you for, you know, creating this player that everybody see right now, because it was you. My big homie Deco was also in the comments. Deco was one of the ones I saw. A lot of players, man. I don't know if you know Double R, Mel Tinsley and them.
Oh yeah.
All these guys. I was blessed to see all these dudes coming up in Kingston Park Unlimited. You know, when it was halftime, DJ would let me and my close friend Bronson, we would play 1-on-1 at halftime. And that's another way how I learned how to entertain people and put on shows. So I've been blessed, man, to be honest. I've been really blessed.
You know what's so crazy? I had Jacquay Walls on a couple of weeks ago.
Another one.
They would just go around following Booger wherever park he played.
Jacquay was another one. He played against my brother at Grady. Like I said, I'm so thankful that I came up in the era I did, because I was able to see all the great players and learn from a lot of them and emulate all the things they did and put in my game.
Wow, man. Do you remember the first preteen game you played in? Like, what was the first game you
Of
played
course.
in?
A real story. When I was coming up, I used to hang with my mom all the time. And I used to get to the point, I'm like, yo, I don't want to hang with her. I want to be with my pops. But he used to be like, yo, you're not old enough. You too young. I don't want to be watching you like that. So when I got older, by the time, like I said, I'm practicing in the house. When we get to Kingston Park, I'll never forget it. It's a guy, he's drunk. So he comes over. He's like, look, I don't got enough on my team. Can you let your son play? My father like, nah. But he don't know I'm ready. So I'm like, Pop, I'm ready. He like, nah. So the dude like, listen, they're going to forfeit the game. Just let him play. So finally, my father let me play, and I was playing against a guy by the name of Bobby Mays in my neighborhood, one of the best players. His little brother is JoJo Swift. I'll never forget, I stole the ball from him, and I threw a no-look. This is my first game ever, but this come from watching tapes and emulating all these guys, and my father was like, oh, yeah, you ready? And that was my first game ever.
Was you nervous?
Crazy thing is, I wasn't even nervous. I felt, I guess it was instinct or it was just God. I don't know. But I wasn't even nervous, man. I got on there and I just saw opportunity to do what I watched. I threw a no look and he was like, oh, yeah, you ready?
That's why.
Shout out to the big homie, Jacquay, man. Jacquay, I remember watching you on the tapes as well, man. Love always.
Yeah. Special brother, another guy, man. You know, listen, when you love the game as much as, you know, we do, and you know, you get older, you appreciate those guys who came before you.
You have to.
It's all for the love of the game.
You have to.
It changed our lives. You know what I'm saying?
They paved the way. Somebody paved the way for them. They paved the way for you, and it keeps going. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I'm thankful for all these guys. Bam, Bam. The list goes on, man.
I had Rod Slime on here from Zone 6.
That's my little brother.
He gave you so much love, man. He gave you so much love.
That's my little brother right there.
Favorite players, man. Like, you know, so salute to Rod Slime, man.
That's my brother right there.
Yeah. And once I found out he played, you know, because I go out and I said, listen, brother, you know, you one of the guys in the neighborhood. You guys is doing it for the community, and you keep us entertained. And come to find out, he played ball. He went through the ranks, and he was just named some guys. Man, you got to come on the show, man. We got a lot to talk about now. You know what I'm saying?
Rod was super nice. Him and DeJuan, they came up together. DeJuan McMillan.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. So, okay. Besides Booger, right? Because we're going to leave Booger. That's like Pearl Washington, Kenny Anderson, right?
Yeah.
Who was the nicest guy in the neighborhood? You know what I'm saying? Like, We're
Oh, it would
not
have to.
no Booker. We went to watch Booker. But who
It
else?
would
Who
have
was
to.
the nice guy in the neighborhood?
It would have to be Gary Irvin.
G.
Everybody,
Herb.
everybody who knows me, they know what he meant to me. You know what I mean. He's another one I watched since I was young, and he's part of the reason I went to Robeson. You know what I'm saying, following his footsteps. But I remember G, God bless his soul, Mage. He allowed me to practice with Robeson in the 8th grade, and this is when Gary is basically running the town. Him and Bashy. And, you know, I'm practicing against him every day. I'm in the 8th grade. He treating me like I'm a senior in high school. He's elbowing me. He's scoring on me, talking crazy to me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And he telling me like, yo, you want to be nice. This is what it's going to take. So definitely Gary. Shout out my big homie Bay. He's another one in the neighborhood that I watched coming up, you know, that put me under his wing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I come up in a time where you couldn't just play with the older guys. You understand what I'm saying? Like they had to feel like you was worthy of it. And then when you got on the court, you better prove yourself or you ain't never gonna play again.
Talk that talk. Let them know. It's
You know what I'm
real
saying?
talk.
And Bay, Deco, the list goes on, man. They allowed me to play with them. They toughened me up. I went to the hole. They fouled me. Told me you better not call nothing. I'm playing against grown men. So imagine when I'm playing against guys that's in the 8th grade or you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna kill them because I'm playing against grown men. So I'm very thankful for all these guys, man. And every time I get a chance, I just make sure I show them love and let them know that I appreciate them, you know, treating me as one of their own little brothers or one of their sons and, you know, just protecting me.
You know, I think that's something that we're missing today,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because that was our rites of passage.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't just going out and playing AAU or just going to get a trainer.
Mm-hmm.
It was our neighborhood.
It wasn't no trainers.
Right. And we had to wait for our turn to play or show the guys who was older we were good enough to play.
And if you lost, you might not get back on the court. You might be done for the day. You might be done for the day. So you get on there, you better get busy. You trying to play, or they're gonna send you over there with it. Go ahead and play with your little age group and have fun with them.
There you go. There you go. And you know, I was with my guy Randy today. Salute to my guy Randy for NYC Prospect, who do a hell of a job with the high school kids and junior high school kids. You know, I forgot to mention that to him, that it would be cool to have some open runs with some of the older college guys, right, and the high school guys, and mix these guys up,
right,
just to see what they have, because you know the college guys are seeing it, right, in real time. When these guys in high school, they want to be to that, they want to get to that level.
Right, absolutely.
And I think if we get some nice open runs, some real good open runs, you know, this way the guys can measure up and see where they at, really.
We definitely, age brackets. I agree, and we definitely have to do a better job of that in NYC as far as, you know, getting gyms and setting up runs, you know, all over the world. LA, you know, all these places are known for, you know, playing basketball and helping the next generation come up. And we, you know what I mean, NYC, we got to get back to how it was. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We definitely got, and I tell people all the time, it's just a different time we in. You know, this summer I remember driving past Kingston Park. It wasn't a soul in the park.
Tell me about it.
And when I was coming up at the time, like I said, when I lived in Ebbsfield, me and my father would either ride our bike or we would walk to Kingston. I would be there from maybe 9 a.m. to maybe 9 at night, all day just hooping. You know what I mean? So it's a different time we in, man. A lot more distractions, social media, Instagram. You know what I mean? So we got to get back to it.
Yeah, that's one thing that I'm willing to give my time to and help organize. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that's the important part of the progress.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So yeah, man, Kingston Park, man,
legendary
park, man. It's like,
Kingston Park, Broward Park, 258, 35.
Facts. And now, you know, thanks to the show, we got basketball heads. I mean, we show basketball heads. We got the Coliseum fixed.
Okay.
Right? And you probably was too young to know what was going on in the Coliseum.
Yeah, I was too young for that.
Brooklyn.
I was too young for that.
Man, in the 80s, we had that motherfucker rocking.
It was crazy.
All the best players in Brooklyn, they were there.
Okay. Like, that's fire.
Like this was Kenny King started at. You know what I'm saying?
Kenny King is another big homie of mine. Much love to Kenny Kings.
Right. Him and Kenny Pretlow. Kenny Pretlow,
Mm-hmm.
my age, and he was coaching back then. Right?
Kenny Pretlow is the reason I started playing Riverside Church.
Look at that.
Kenny Pretlow,
Okay.
another story. I'm like 9. My parents is like, yo, you're not gonna be in the house doing that. You're gonna go to summer camp. I go to
Right.
summer camp. I'm in the gym. I'm destroying some kids. Like, it's not even funny. I'm doing them bad. A guy's on the sideline. He's not really paying attention yet. He just writing stuff because as little kids. I guess
Right.
he just getting a check or whatever he's doing. And
bring the phone down a little bit. Bring the phone down just a little bit.
Can you see me?
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
So I guess I must have been doing something that got his attention. And he like, yo, what's your name? I'm like, Malcolm Grant. He's like, where you from? I'm like, Brooklyn. I tell him who my brother is. I'm like, I know who you are. I know who your family is. He like, yo, what you doing Saturday? I'm like, nothing. He's like, tell your father bring you to Riverside Church. I go up there. I make the team. I was like 9 playing 12 and under. So once again, I just spoke to Coach P. I tell him, thank you. I love you. Thank you for, doing that for me. That's a great opportunity to just bring me to Riverside Church like that, or for seeing me in summer camp. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I'm blessed, man. I owe a lot to a lot of people. They definitely looked out for me, man.
First of all, you know how special you have to be 9 years old and make a team of 12-year-olds? Like, this, like,
God,
I'm
man.
being real, man.
God.
Real talk. Real talk. I've been around the game for a long time. You get a certain few people that do it, but you don't hear that often.
Right.
And
God,
you
man.
with a legendary program. It wasn't like you with the
I
sidekick.
was playing with a legendary coach. I was playing with Kenny P. I was playing with Coach Dermond.
Right. Man.
Playing against Gauchos, all of that, man. I'm having this talk, man. It's bringing back so many memories, man. So many memories.
Damn, man. So you grew up in Evansville, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have a chance to go anywhere you want. Boys and girls, Lincoln, Jefferson, wherever you want to go. You go to your brother's alma mater, score like 50 points a game, whatever the case. Why Robeson?
So I grew up in Evansville. We wound up moving to Dean Street. And like I said, I kept building my name, kept playing in these tournaments, Broward Park. My older brother, who passed away, Yachty, he actually played for Robeson before they was, thank you, I appreciate it, before they was on top. When he was a senior, Todd Myles was a freshman, so he kind of put Todd under his wing.
Got you.
So I wanted to go to Rice, actually. Andre Barrett is another one who I super, super loved. I wanted to be light-skinned like him. I wanted to have light eyes. I used to ask my parents, like, why I ain't light-skinned? They used to be like, boy, if you don't go sit down somewhere.
Yeah, you can grow the part like Kitty, but you ain't getting light-skinned.
You ain't getting light-skinned. I wanted the waves like Andre.
Right.
And I'll never forget, I went to the Mo Hicks camp, killed the camp, Keidron Clark, he was my coach. He was like, yo, you tough. I'm like, yo, I want to come to Rice. He was like, yo, you doing it. Like, you showing coach that you can play. So, I don't know if you remember, they had a tournament called Harlem World. You remember that tournament? Harlem World was going crazy. Me and my father like, yo, listen, we're going to go up there. We're going to tell Mo Hicks we want to come to Rice. That was the plan. We go to Harlem World. It's super packed. I see Coach. I'm like, Coach, I want to talk to you. He like, all right. But for some reason, he keep like ignoring me. Like, he walking past me. I'm like, Coach. He like looking at me, keep walking past, like really violating me. I'm like, yo, what's going on? So after a while, anybody that know my pop's like, man, we getting the fuck out of here. Like, we ain't about to just keep waiting for this dude. So we leave. So at this time, what they used to do is in junior high school, they used to give you a paper and you had to put like your top 5 schools that you wanted to go to. I had put Rice, Lockland, boys and girls. I can't remember other 2, but Robeson was one of the schools. And I was getting nervous because it's getting time to pick a school. I ain't having nowhere to go. So my father went to Robeson, seen Mage, and was like, yo, my son want to come here. And Mage was like, what? He was like, of course he can come here. I wish he can come right now. But like I said, this is Gary's senior year. And like I said, he did one of the best things that he could have ever done for me was once I said I wanted to go there, he told me the next day, you coming to practice with us for the year. And that's how that started. I went to Robe, and I wanted to be like Gary Irvin. I wanted to keep the history of point guards up, Allen Griffin, Todd Myles, Mike Sherrod. And that's how that happened.
Salute to Gary Irvin. His documentary just dropped. If you guys didn't see it, it's called It's Magic. Gary Irvin, type that in on YouTube and go support my brother, man.
My brother did that documentary. Sure. Big Lodge. My brother did that documentary. So shout out to Big Lodge.
Really?
Boy. Yeah, he did my documentary as well. He does a lot of work. He's like a behind the scenes type of dude, but he definitely did that documentary. Documentary is fire. Everybody go check that out. This Irvin is magic.
For sure.
Rob, what up, Rob?
Brother, man. Great job, man. Great job,
Thank
man.
you.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rob, man. My brother right there. One of the best coaches in street ball.
No doubt. Salute, my G. You did a hell of a job, man. For sure. So, now, do you go in at Robeson and do the JV route, or you went straight to varsity?
To my knowledge, what I was told, I don't know if it happened after me, but me and Allen Griffin, the only two to play varsity as a freshman and start.
Hold on, say that again.
Me and Allen Griffin is the only two in Robeson history that I know of to play varsity and start. Might have been Todd as well. I think Todd. So us three, I believe. And that happened because Andy Carpenter, another great player, he was, messing up in school a little bit. And Mays was like, yo, I have good news and I got bad news. The good news is you starting as a freshman. I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, what's the bad news? He's like, you starting as a freshman. And I didn't get it. I didn't get it yet. But he was basically letting me know, like, yo, it's better sometime when you got to come in and sit behind somebody and learn the ropes. But it's also great when you get thrown in the fire right away.
Learn on the job.
And that's what I had to do. I had to learn on the job. And I think it took about mid-season, about the middle of the season, and then it was on after that.
For those of you that never saw Coach Majors coach, let me tell you something. Rest in peace to my brother.
Rest in peace.
Very well. He was a hell of a coach. And the amount of players he had, I think besides Coach Haskins.
Another legend.
Right? Coach Haskins had like 12 Division I players on one team out of 24. I think Mage at one time had like 7 or 8.
Yo, listen, a lot of people don't know, like, Rice, Christ the King, Robeson. I don't want to leave any other schools out, but those are like the top schools as far as like having D1 player every year.
Excuse me, Lincoln.
Lincoln. Oh, my bad. I forgot Lincoln. I ain't gonna say no more names.
Us the love.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Shout out to Lincoln.
Facts.
Shout out to Tiny Bash. I almost went to Lincoln too. We can get into that.
Yeah. Actually, Tiny was my point guard.
For real?
Tiny's my point guard, yeah.
Tiny, that's my man right there, man.
We won it in 86.
I heard Tiny was nice.
Tiny was a month.
He was nice?
Very nice, yes.
I heard he was nice.
Yes, Tiny.
Left-handed, right?
Yes, lefty. He could do all the things like Kenny except score. But
right.
Did he know how to give up that rock? And
I heard.
He wasn't worried about nobody pressing him. Nobody couldn't press him.
I heard he had it on the string. On the string.
Yes.
Shout out to Tiny, man.
Facts. Always got to show my guy some love. That's real talk. So that transition from your freshman year, right? You said by the time the middle of the season came,
right,
you had things under wrap. Let's go through some of those rough spots in the beginning and the changes you had to make in your game.
Well, coming in, starting as a freshman and coming right behind a great player like Gary, player of the year, it was a lot of pressure on me. You know what I mean? I remember people in the school was like, yo, who is this? He ain't no Gary Irvin. We ain't never going to win. you know what I'm saying? This is what I had to deal with, you know, because
Yes,
they
yes.
don't know who I am. So it was a lot of pressure. I remember trying to live up to the hype and just pressing too hard, and Mage used to tell me like, relax. You know what I'm saying? And I had to deal with a lot. I mean, we went to Banneker, we got smacked badly. We played Grady at LIU, we got smacked badly. You know what I'm saying? So I went through my bumps and bruises, but like I said, I had people who believed in me. I had a great supporting cast, and he told me just keep working with it, just keep believing in yourself. Your time gonna come. You know, everybody didn't start off great, and what I did. I dedicated myself to the game. Always was a student of the game, and we played Tilden at Tilden, and I remember May said something and kind of like I snapped and I went crazy, and I went to him. I'm like, "That's what you want?" He was like, "Yeah, that's what I want." And like I said, after that, it was on. It was on.
Wow.
We lost at Boys and Girls. Remember, we had the big fight with Boys and Girls. It was a lot, man. It was definitely a growing experience for me.
Wow. Somebody, Magic, Celine said, ask him how about Iran basketball. We're going to get up to that. I appreciate that, Magic, Celine.
That's my teammate from last year. Magic, what up, baby?
All right, cool. I'm going to get to that for sure. And those of you that's with us, joining us tonight, please go to my YouTube page, Basketball Head, same page. Go see some legendary interviews for some legendary New York City players, some NBA greats, street legend greats, female refs. Talking about everybody, man. Just please go and support, share, like, comment, do what you got to do. I appreciate the love, for sure. So now, when you start to come into your own, right? What year was that when you started to come into your own? Like past your freshman year, like what year you like, I got this now?
It's summertime. It's actually summertime now, going into my sophomore year. And now we had switched coaches. Now Todd is the coach.
Yes.
And what Todd did was, it was a tournament going on at the BRC. And they was allowing like some of the high school teams to play in it. Boys and girls was in it. Us, I can't remember nobody else. But Todd put a team together from the previous year, and we played in that tournament. And that's where it kind of started. Where I was like, "Yo, I've gotten better." You know what I'm saying? I was more aggressive. I was more vocal. I had a coach who played at a high level. Todd Myles. He pushed me like nobody I've ever seen. You know what I mean? He was always challenging me to be better. Always had little tricks. He'd be like, "You think you one of the best guards? You ain't me. You ain't Allen Griffin. You ain't." And for some players, they would kind of like shy away from that, but that motivated me to like, I'm gonna show you that I'm gonna be one of the best players here. So it was my sophomore year, summertime, and that year I had a great year. I think I averaged like 22, went to the playoffs. And I say it's all hard work and dedication, man. You got to be a student of the game. You got to make a decision. You want to be good or you want to be great. You want to be great, you got to sacrifice. And I had parents, they didn't let me go out. Everybody that know, my father went with me everywhere. I wasn't going to parties. I wasn't doing none of that. I was going to school. I was watching basketball.
And you can have the fun later, right?
You can have the fun later. That's if you want to be great.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to be good, then you can do what everybody else doing. But if you're trying to separate yourself from the rest, then you got to do what everybody not doing.
I told this to this guard. He plays for Susan Wagner High School, Xavier Barrow. He's one of my favorite players in the city.
Okay.
And they lost their first game to Jefferson yesterday. But a few games ago, I told him, I said, if you want to be good, right? And stay how you are, keep doing what you're doing. But
right.
if you want to be great, if you want to be elite, like chew the weights, take the ice baths, and sacrifice. You gotta sacrifice.
You have to.
And you will see the difference in your game. You'll see it change. It won't happen overnight, but
you will see it. You will see it. It's clear as day. You'll be able to look and see, oh man, I'm doing this different than I was doing before. You know what I'm saying? And I tell these guys, they got a cheat code. They have what we didn't have. They got trainers. They got YouTube where you
Yes, they have a.
could type
You
in
had
your
the we had to
player.
have the VHS tape,
I
right?
had the you had the VHS tape. Sometimes the tape wasn't clean. You got to keep rewinding and all of that. They
Right.
got YouTube where you could type in your favorite player, his highlights. They got videos where they break down how this person scores, how this person played D, how they go left, how they go right. So there's really no excuse for you not to be elite.
And
We
this
ain't
kid
have all of
got it.
this.
This kid. I'm telling you, this kid
He
got it.
tough.
I said, yo,
I gotta check
brother,
him out.
if you this summer, you
Mm-hmm.
play your spot AAU games,
Right.
but you eat the weights and you work in your game and get
Mm-hmm.
serious,
Mm-hmm.
you can take to the next level. Because what the Jefferson guards did,
Mm-hmm.
they got in here on them.
Mm.
They played them 94 feet.
Right.
Bud coach. That's
Yeah, and it's tough to play in there as well. Crowd.
Right. No, they came to Staten Island to play.
Oh, they did? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Bud came to Staten Island to play.
Oh,
and
okay.
I was just impressed by that, the whole
Mm-hmm.
scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Just seeing them, and I was telling his dad, one of my good friends, Neil. I said, Neil, this is the test for him, and
Absolutely.
the kid's gonna bounce back. He wasn't feeling well,
Mm-hmm.
but I said, no excuses.
Right. Absolutely.
They gonna come at you. You 18-0, 17-0, undefeated, one of the top players on Staten Island. They're gonna come challenge you.
Of course they're gonna come at you. Of course. You got a name, you better be prepared. Everybody gonna come at you every game. Ain't no nights off. Cause you get killed, somebody going take that. Oh, I killed this person. Now they got a name. So you better come prepared and be a killer every time you step on the court.
When did you get that X in your back?
It's tough to say, to be honest, because, and I'm trying to say it in the most humble way as possible, but ever since I was young, I was always kind of like, you know what I mean? Everybody kind of knew who I was. So
right.
I learned from a young age, like every time you step on the court. And I was, like I said, I was raised in a different era. I was raised by brothers who played. I was raised by people in the neighborhood, and they either showed me or they told me how the game is supposed to be played. You know what I'm saying? So I was taught different from other people. I was taught you get out what you put in. You don't take this for granted. This could take you around the world. This is how you could feed your family. You know what I mean? So I was always taught have that killer mentality.
Kill to be killed.
Absolutely. And we ain't trying to be killed over here. We do the killing.
Facts. So, another question I ask all the players that come on here. Who is that player who asked you, Buzz, to let you know you was one of the best players in the city?
Damn, that's a good question. Nobody ever asked me that. Damn, you got me stuck. Who was a player asked that I bust? Well, I'll answer this.
You was playing a year. Like, let's not be, I know you want to be humble, but this is your night, baby. This is your night.
I can't really remember who I killed and was like, oh, okay, now I'm that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was killing everybody. I was getting 40, 45s, and you know what I mean? So I was kind of killing everybody. I was my senior year, I was averaging 40 until I sprained my ankle. So I was.
Hold on. Time out.
It's a fact.
Time out. You was averaging what?
My senior year, the first two games we played Tilden, I had 45. We played Jeff, I had 40. Then we played I think we played Wings at Baruch, and I sprained my ankle. I was out for a little while, and then my shit went down. But I was wilding. I was raised by wolves, man. Yo, listen. I came after Gary Irvin. If you watched the documentary, you saw what he was doing.
Listen, brother, I know the family. Andre Irvin, Mike Irvin, I know the family.
I heard Andre was a monster.
Let me tell you, fam. This motherfucker was the leading scorer, Alexander Hamilton, and will make second team all city. Needle and Jerry Ice should be first team.
I heard about Jerry Ice too.
How is that happening?
I heard about Jerry, and I heard about Beatle. My pops told me about all of them.
If you go and watch, it's a game on YouTube between Alexander Hamilton and Benjamin Franklin from Philadelphia. That was the first nationally televised high school game ever.
For real? I'm gonna type
Yes,
that in.
this
I'm
was
gonna
on
type that
Channel
in once I
2.
get off here. That's when I get off. I'm gonna watch it.
You're going to see a dude just ziggling all through the court. That's Beetle. You're going to see Jerry Rice running the tall guy, just like killing everything. And then you're going to see Andre Irvin doing his thing, jumping
Doing
over
this thing.
everybody.
I'm gonna definitely tap in and watch that.
Oh, man. He come from I need to do a show with just legendary families like the Marburys, the Scurries. You know what I'm saying?
That Marbury one would be fire.
Right. The Folk family. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they got kids who are continuing.
Right.
And I know there's probably so many more, but so many legendary families, man. It's crazy. So,
I would definitely love to hear that Marbury one, man, because I heard his brothers. Who was
So I'm gonna tell you, I was between. It was Eric and Don Marbury. Like, Eric was the one who set it off for everybody. He was
the first one.
Star of Lincoln. He played with Dominique at Georgia.
Oh wow.
Yes. So this is where the threes came from.
Okay.
Then you had Don. He was the next star at Lincoln, right? He went to junior college, and then he went to Texas A&M, and 2 years became their school leading scorer. 2 years.
2 years.
Yes.
A savage.
Right. So then I come, my years at Lincoln, 83 to 86. My senior year with the prep school after you won the city. Stephon and Juju didn't come to our practice as kids.
Wow.
Like, we knew they was going to be the next ones coming up.
Wow.
I actually was supposed to see Juju play today at the BRC, but I was in Staten Island at my guy Randy's tournament. So these kids we knew, and it was something special about Stephon. Even though we thought Juju had a chance as well, right? Because if you talk to most people, they'll tell you Juju was just as good, right?
Who did they consider to be the best one before Stephon came? It was Juju. I hear different. Sometimes I hear Eric. Sometimes I hear Don.
Eric was the guy, right? All of them were nice, right? But Steph had.
He just had it.
He had it.
He had
the most discipline. And look, when you have so many nice brothers who play
before
that elite level,
you ain't got no choice.
Right? These dudes wasn't average. Like, I'm not gonna sit up here and be like, nah, they was
right.
Listen,
I
have my stars, Carlton Silk Owens and Spice Kilpatrick. These guys were the mans when I was playing. Like, they was around during the Pearl days, and they were saying as kids they used to go watch these guys play. How supernatural they were.
Wow.
Right? So Stephon, it was just like he was destined. Look, the Most High knows all. Right?
Someone chosen.
Person, the Most High is gonna pick out and say this is gonna be the one.
That's right. And you can see it. You can see it.
Even when they threw him in the fire and they said it was over for him, he became a basketball icon.
And a super fire documentary. One of the best ones I ever seen. My favorite part of that is when he's talking to the kid in the barbershop and he tells him, you know, you could be the president. And you know, a lot of people was like, well, why is that your favorite part? And a lot of people don't understand, man, how powerful that was. And you know, I understood why Steph cried. I even cried. He was saying, like, it's kind of a shame that you don't know that you can be that. Nobody has ever told you that, but I'm telling you, you can be that. And I love that part, man. We need more stuff like that. We need more positivity. We need more role models. Too much negativity in the world, man.
And the kid name was Xavier, correct?
And that's crazy, right?
And that's Steph's middle name.
Look how God worked.
And this is the film right here. Just in case you guys didn't see it.
Right.
Another shot.
Right. Okay. I gotta tap into that.
So, man, salute to my guy Steph.
Right.
I know you're gonna come on the show one day, little bro. Just whenever you're ready, fam. We're always here for you. So, let's get to the recruiting process, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know you're receiving letters, right? You know,
Mm-hmm.
the same typed up letters. When did the okay, were they texting by then? Because I don't want to get this mixed up.
Yeah. They was texting by then. Yeah, they was texting.
Okay.
It was texting.
So, did you have to get you 2 phones? How was that working?
Nah, I ain't have 2 phones, but they was texting me. Junior year, you know, the summer of your junior year going into your senior year, that's your most important year, because you know that's when they can recruit. That's when you go on all these trips where they at. So I had a great summer. I went to ABCD. I played really well. I went to Vegas. Was going crazy in Vegas.
Hold on. Let everybody know,
Mm-hmm.
because they don't have it no more, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was at Fairleigh Dickinson, correct?
ABCD, was it that? Yeah. Fairleigh. No, was it that Fairleigh
FU,
Dickinson?
Yeah.
Yeah, is that Fairleigh Dickinson?
Yeah,
Is that Fairleigh
fact.
Dickinson? I was actually playing on the court beside where Lance and OJ Mail was going at it. So as I'm playing, I'm like distracted because I'm over here watching like, oh, Lance going at this thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? His pop's going crazy, OJ wilding. So that was a crazy camp. Mike Conley was there, Greg Oden. I remember when coming into the camp, you know, it's a line for you to get your jerseys and all that.
Right,
Your man,
right.
OJ Mayo, Billy Walker, and somebody else, they walk right in, skip everybody in the line, get the jerseys, get the number they want. You know, you get random numbers in camp. I had like 272. OJ had 32. And
Right.
as he walking past, he laughing like, I'm that, you know what I'm saying? I'm him.
What? Now, people probably can't see it because my light. This when it was at Princeton. This is Alvin Rich invitation to the ABCD camp, right?
They've been doing it for a long time.
They've been doing it for a minute. Let me tell you, invite only.
Yeah.
Invite only. So
yeah.
You hear the players Malcolm naming. Now, Malcolm is the guy, player of the year in the city. And
all in there. Mike Conley, Johnny Flynn. That's where me and Johnny Flynn rivalry kind of started. Johnny going at it. Scotty Reynolds was there. Corey Fisher, Earl Clark, Derek Character. Like, I can keep naming them. Like, that was a crazy era. Crazy. Nunu, Eugene Harvey, my brother. He was there.
What is he up to these days, man? Because
Nunu good, man. I think
he's somebody that people's story. They need to hear his story.
No, definitely need to hear Nunu's story. Definitely need to hear Nunu's story. I think Nunu got a juice bar, if I'm not mistaken, doing really well for himself. Nunu was super. Paul Harris.
Damn.
Well, yeah. But it was crazy. ABCD was it was crazy, man.
How did you do that week?
I did really well. I got jerked out of the All-Star game. We know how that go. But
politics as usual.
As the Hov said it best. But I played well enough to make a name and put myself on a national scale. You know what I'm saying? St. John's, Seton Hall, who else? Nova, Miami. A lot of schools, man.
So with all the fanfare, what made you go to the prep route and do a year up there?
I'm glad you asked that. And if there's any kids that's in here watching this, listen to this part very close. Went to prep school because I was playing around, and I'm gonna tell you how this had a trickle effect on everything. Being a man in high school and getting to a point where I'm like, I'm the man in here. I ain't got to be going to class on time. I go to class when I want. Being the class clown, going to gym when I'm supposed to be in math class, or I'm in the lunchroom, 4 periods, doing whatever I want. Not taking school serious. I could do the work. I was the man. You know what I'm saying? And doing that, my grades my senior year wasn't as high as they should have been. And as I just did a skit the other day playing around, but it was the truth. I struggled with math, and my math score wasn't high enough on the SAT. So I had to go to prep school to get my grade up. Now watch this. Because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, now Scotty Reynolds goes to Villanova because he was supposed to go to another school, but that coach got into a situation. So now Nova ain't have no guard. Now, if I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, I go to Nova right away, and that's possibly me having a
Facts.
crazy freshman year. Because remember, you got
Facts.
freshman of the year. So that's possibly me, but not doing what I'm supposed to do in school. Now, Scotty goes to Villanova. He's freshman of the year. I got to go to prep school. You see what I'm saying? So, kids, if you're watching this, do not play around with school. It don't make no sense to be nice in basketball. You ain't nice in school. That basketball going to stop bouncing that one day. If you don't like school, ask for a tutor. Sit in front of the class. Don't be prideful. Don't be worrying about people saying, oh, you're a nerd. Man, that shit is whack. I lost connection, man.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. Now, listen, those lessons, man, very important. You know, I was just explaining that was one of the reasons why I had to miss my senior year, BSing. You know what I'm saying? And this is early on, though, in 7th grade, get myself left back and then have to miss my senior year going to prep school. Because it'll come back and bite you.
It'll definitely come back and bite you. It'll definitely come back and bite you. And you know, I tell all the guys that, you know, the younger generation that look up to me, and I tell them, listen, it sounds cliche, but the girl's going to be there. The party ain't going to be there. All that's going to be there. I know, you know, it's tough because you see your friends doing it. You want to be with them. But like I said, you got to make a decision. The proof is in the pudding. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Ole, look at everything they talk about. They talk about sacrifice. They talk about working hard. It's a story about Kobe Bryant and Allen Iverson. Kobe asked Iverson, what you about to do? Iverson said, I'm going to the club. Iverson said, what you about to do? Kobe said, I'm going to the gym. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to make a decision. The girl's going to be there. I'm telling you they're going to be there. Don't worry about that. Focus on what you're supposed to be doing, whatever your goal is. It ain't got to be sports. You want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer, whatever you want to do, focus on your goal, get it done. Don't make the mistakes I've made playing around, trying to be a class clown when I'm supposed to be taking care of business in school. Now I got to go to prep school. I hated it. I was stressed out. Coach Wright coming up there, I'm losing my mind. I'm like, Coach, get me out of here. Coach, get me out of here, man. I'm going to go crazy in here. He's like, yo, just you got a few more months. You feel what I'm saying? But like you said, all of these things were supposed to happen because they help build character. They help see who you are when you test it. You know, when adversity comes, you either going to break or you're going to find a way to get it done. So I just try to spread as much wisdom as I can and help the younger generation.
You know, stories like this, you know, I always think about, you know, what is the worst that could happen, right? And I think about my guy, one of my dear friends, Lloyd Daniels, Lloyd Sweet P. Daniels, New York City legend. Listen, this guy was so good. And I'm not just, you know, people say, you know, he was nice. No.
I heard he was a different kind of special.
Right? He was super special. The things that he was doing, I would never thought about doing. ever in life. And kids here tell you himself. And then he gets shot. But he's rededicated himself.
Still got to the league. Still got to the league. I got the tape when he played against Kenny Anderson.
Right. Oh. When was this?
They played when he was on the Spurs. When he was on the Spurs and Kenny was on the Nets.
I think you were talking about some New York City. Okay.
Oh, no. NBA.
Well, listen, I'm just telling you how good he was.
I heard he was special.
Fam, no, listen. Lloyd was doing things in high school that none of us would have thought about doing.
What was he, like 6'6"? He was like 6'6"?
6'7". All the 6'7",
6'8".
6'8". Let's just say a good 6'8". He can handle the rock. Listen, Malcolm, this is a true story. Martin Luther King Classic, 86. Now, you nice. You know what it's like to be double teamed.
Yeah.
Now, have you ever had two guys guard you 94 feet and sliding all the way up the court? Two guys, not one. Not one guy holding you and another guy running up on you to trap you. He literally had two guys holding him the whole game. Do you understand me? Did you hear me?
Right.
No,
yeah, I heard you.
He had two guys. I've never seen that ever in life.
Crazy.
And he still killed and won the game.
Crazy. I had a chance to meet him.
Like, listen, he's still around. He's coaching in Jersey, doing a lot of great things right now. So salute to my guy and my brother Lloyd Daniels. I'm just telling you how good he was. He could have played in the NBA when he was like 15, 16 years old. That's how good he was.
I heard. I had the pleasure of meeting him at the 5-star camp. Me and Corey Fisher, we had a really good game in the All-Star game. And after the game, he spoke to us and he was just, telling us how good we was. And I was telling him it was a pleasure to meet him. I heard all about him, and it was an honor to meet him, man. Like I said, I watched some of his tapes, and definitely special, smooth, mad smooth.
And if he told you you was good, listen, he's very critical on ball players. Trust me.
Yeah.
He just called me. He called me last week about the kid from Camden. He said, yo, Pooh, I got to get your thoughts, man, because I know you'll keep it real with me, man. He said, how's the kid, DJ, you know what I'm saying? I said, yo, I think he's good. I saw him play on YouTube. I saw him play in the full game, a live game.
Right.
I said, yo, the kid is special. He was like, I saw him play the other night, and maybe he had a bad game. He said, but I can see the special in the kid.
Right.
Now, this kid is the #1 player in the country.
Right, and Lloyd ain't feeling him like that.
And Lloyd like,
Right.
Another kid, and this is just what it is,
right,
who I posted, and Lloyd was like, yeah, I had the kid where he was like 8. Maybe he's different now.
Right.
So if Lloyd told you was good.
Yeah, he showed love. I appreciate it, too. He showed love. Word.
Fact. I'm just letting you know what my friend, his mind process. He just don't give it up to everybody.
Shout out to the legend.
Facts. So your time in Maine was miserable. Let's just say that.
But let me say that Winchendon shows me a lot of love. Winchendon, I love you. Thank you for everything. Don't think I'm trying to, you know what I mean? I ain't trying to talk about you. I know, but just what I was going through. But sometimes you gotta clear it up in case somebody watching. I don't want them to think I'm talking bad. Winchendon, they took care of me. They made sure I was good, but it was an adjustment for me. So, just wanted to make sure I said that.
Right. Because listen, again, kids, you're gonna go through those adjustment periods in your life.
Right.
And I tell kids, y'all really think it's the physical part.
Mental.
I posted up in my stories, Kobe getting his finger jammed, go to the sideline, trainer, pops his finger, he go right back in the game.
And hit the free throws, I think.
Yo, fam, who doing that?
Right.
Without going and chilling out for a minute, focus on your finger, focus. His mind was somewhere else.
But Kobe, those type dudes, Kobe, Mike, them type dudes, those are different type of animals. You ain't really gonna see them again.
How was it? Okay, I want to move back to that ankle injury. Because we know that the ankle injury, it's better to break the ankle than just to have it swollen because it keep bothering you. How was your comeback? Like, what did you do to rehab that?
To be honest, I was in high school then. I didn't really know about the stuff I know now, so I just did normal. Put ice on it, stayed off it for a while. But I thought I was Sebastian. Through the Fire had just came out, and I don't know if you remember he had hurt his ankle against Darius Washington.
Yes.
He come back in the game and he helped them win. So, like I said, I had sprained my ankle. I was out for a few games. We played at South Shore, so I wasn't supposed to play, but I went to the game and I brought my jersey with me, and we struggling bad. And just like Bashy, I go to Todd, yo, where the jerseys at? Just like Todd, like, yo, The jersey's over there. I go get the jersey. I go in the back, go get dressed. I come back, and we almost won, too. We almost won. We lost, but that's just goes to show how much an influence he and other great players had on me. You know what I'm saying? But after that South Shore game, and I healed up some more, I came back. I was right back to it. Killing and playing well. So
that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So now you're going through the recruiting process all over again at prep school.
Mm-hmm.
Were you already locked into Villanova?
No. I was already locked in and over. Jay Wright was coming up to see me. The assistant coach was coming up to see me, so I was already locked in.
What happened? What was going on that first year?
The story that everybody want to know. The truth is, I don't know what happened, to be honest. That's the God's honest truth. If I had to assume, I've heard different stories. But if I had to assume, when you start getting to that kind of level, politics is very real in basketball. And I'm going to show you how. I went to Paul Robeson. At that time, Paul Robeson wasn't a powerhouse like it was when Mage had it. We was good, but we wasn't like how we were. I was coming in with Corey Fisher, who went to a super powerhouse, St. Patrick's.
Oh, yeah.
Corey Stokes, who come from St. Benedict's, a super powerhouse. So these are the things that people don't know about. Now, when you look at it, Jay Wright ain't never really going to recruit from Robeson again. And that ain't no diss to nobody that came after me. All my players that came after me, I love y'all. This ain't no diss to y'all. But Jay ain't really going to recruit from Robeson again. He going to recruit from St. Pat's again. He going to recruit from St. Benny's. So what I was told was, as I was playing and I was playing well, I was told that he was told, if you don't start playing my players more, you'll never get another player again. Now, that's what I'm told. I don't know if that's true. It kind of makes sense because it was no reason for me not to be playing. I had my first game against Stony Brook. I had 16. LSU, everybody know what I did. LSU on national television. Big East versus SEC. I brought us back. We won the game. Pittsburgh, I have 23 off the bench. At Rutgers, I'm wilding. So it ain't really no reason for me not to be playing. That's the only thing that makes sense. They was coming out with articles saying I was a bad kid. I was doing bad and said I was trying to mess with his wife. I remember seeing that. They was saying all type of crazy shit. But politics is real, man. That's why this is another thing. Kids, if you're in this live, please listen. It is very important you pick the right school.
Facts.
It's very important. See, I come up in the era where going to a mid-major wasn't popular. If you went to a mid-major, you kind of wasn't that dude. You wasn't really looked at as being nice. And nothing wrong with mid-majors, but I wanted to go to Nova because Kyle Lowry was just there, Randy Foy, Allen Ray, Mike Nardi. They did the four-guard offense, and Jay like, yo, we going to do it again with y'all. And my brother LeVar Grant told me, do not go to Villanova. He like, how you going to play? It's too many guards. He was like, they only did that because Kurt Sumter got hurt, which is the truth. Kurt Sumter got hurt. They had to play four guards. When I was going to Nova, he didn't have to do that. It was a plethora of guards. I ain't listened to him. I should have went to St. John's like I started to and been the first. What's my young bro name? No disrespect. What's my man name that went to Jeff? I can't think of his name right now. Shamari.
Yes.
I could have been the first Shamari. Had this town going crazy, but I really should have went to A10. I had a chance to go A10 when I was transferring to Rhode Island. If I'd have went to Rhode Island or Temple, I think I'd have been in the NBA. And that's my
Who was the coach
feeling.
at Rhode Island? Was Tom Penders there?
Don't get me the line. I don't remember the name.
No, Tom Penders already probably left and went to Texas. Let me tell you something. My guy, Carlton Silk Owens, who I was telling you about, he was the star looking when I was there.
Mm-hmm.
Only played 2 years of high school ball, got shot his sophomore year. Supposed to be destined to be gold, big time. He went to Rhode Island. He is Rhode Island's leading scorer. and number 2 in assists all time.
Wow. Wow.
And all the big time schools will recruit him as well.
Right. See?
Right?
See?
And a lot of times we go to the place where we think
The name.
the name, that brand that's gonna supposedly do right by us, but they don't know the politics of basketball.
Very real. I'm telling you.
Okay?
My coach told me this, I'll never forget this saying. He said, do you want to be a small fish in a big pond, or do you want to be a big fish in a small pond? Once again, went right over my head. Right out. I don't know what he talking about. I'm young. I ain't thinking about that. Nova is Big East. I ain't thinking about none of that. Now that I'm older, I should have been a big fish in a small pond, went crazy, because the truth of the matter is, if you nice, they going to come find you.
That's right.
Dame Lillard, Steph Curry, C.J. McCollum, the list goes on.
Ja Morant. We was just
Ja
talking about
Morant,
today.
and you see what he doing.
None of these dudes is.
I was in 5-star with Steph Curry. I was the man in 5-star, as well as anybody wasn't talking about no Steph Curry, and look at him now. So, if whoever's in this live, go where they need you, not where they want you. Go where they need you, not where they want you. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. I'm telling you.
He said, go where they need you.
Not where they want you.
Not where they want you, fam.
Not where they want you.
These coaches got to keep their jobs, so they know, damn, I got to keep going back to St. Pat's. Now, if I can't go back to St. Pat's because I'm not playing this kid, this coach player, that might hurt my job.
And I can't feed my family. So what you think they're going to do? They're going to do what they need to do. They're going to get you right out of there if they don't need you. You feel what I'm saying? So all these was a learning experience, and now, I got my son. He will not be making the same mistakes as I made. And whoever else that need advice, you can DM me, or if you got my number, don't hesitate. Hit me up, man, because I don't want people making the same mistakes. You know what I'm saying? These are very important decisions that you have to make in life that can alter the outcome. You know what I'm saying? Where you're supposed to be at.
Jamal Mashburn, New York State Player of the Year, Mr. Basketball. He don't go to the last session of 5-star. He don't make the McDonald All-American game.
Crazy.
Rod Strickland.
He
don't go to the last session of 5-star.
Rod Strickland, oh my God.
He don't make the McDonald All-American game. Politics as usual. They told him, if you don't come to the camp, this might hurt you a little bit. Then they come out and say, you're not going to make the McDonald's All-American game. They just said, it might hurt your rankings a little bit. And they like, rankings, shit, I'm better than everybody anyway. Not knowing. Right.
These people got power. They got pull. If they stamp you, they can open doors for you. I'm telling you. And this ain't just bad. Politics is real in life. But we talking about basketball right now. You know what I'm saying? Politics is very real. You got politics on your side. You got a chance.
That's real, man. So now, look. You have a decision. Where you want to go. Where did Miami come into play at?
So Miami was there from when I was a senior in high school. And it was a lot of schools. Kentucky contacted me. I didn't want to go through that again because I felt like it was going to be the same thing again. You know how Kentucky was coming. I think they over-recruit. They over-recruit. And this was when I think Tubby had just left. It was a new guy that took over. I can't remember his name. Michigan came into play. Should have went to Michigan as well. But like I said, Miami was there from high school. I went on a visit. Anybody who ever's been to Miami, I ain't got to say too much about that. You know what I'm saying? I went out there on a visit. Miami was crazy. It was ACC. I looked at it like, damn, Big East is considered the top league, but also ACC is considered the top league. So I ain't really dropping off. You know what I'm saying? Facts, and at the time, and this was what I was told. You know what I'm saying? I'm always going to keep it 1,000. I was told it was a guard there, and I said, listen, what about this guard? And I was told, what, you ain't better than him? That's what I was told. I said, of course I'm better than him. Get to the school. politics come into play again, but we'll talk about that when we get there. But that's how Miami came into play. They was there when I was a senior. I opened my recruitment back up, and I just felt it was a great situation.
It's like Will Smith said, "Welcome to Miami."
Yo, listen, I went on that visit. I went to Prime 112. I had them damn fried Oreos. Now, listen, I'm from New York. I ain't never heard, but I said fried Oreos.
There you
What?
go.
I said fried Oreos. My man was like, all right. I tasted that fried Oreo. I said, I'm committing tomorrow.
Y'all ready? Y'all ready?